A new book is now available addressing the increase in anxiety in children and offering charming steps to help them self-calm. Preschool director and award-winning author Hillary Harper shares her story. The book is 1, 2, 3, A Deep Breath for Me. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am very good and so glad to have you here. So as a teacher, you've had several years to observe the increase in anxiety in children.
Yes, especially after the pandemic, we did see an increase in overall anxiety in children. And so I decided to write this book as kind of a tool for parents, educators, and young children.
Well, I read it, and I think it's charming and great advice. So walk us through the story of your two dogs who are real dogs in your life.
Yes. So Mac is the main character of the story, and he is a rescue that our family adopted, and he is an anxious dog. I know a lot of people probably can relate. Sometimes dogs have anxiety too. And Gertie is another dog that we adopted, and their relationship has always been she has been the leader and he's kind of been the follower. And so for this story, I chose to give coping tools to children through the story of these two dogs. As educators, a lot of time and focus is on academic skills, but I feel like there should be a shift here in teaching how to regulate emotions. Little children have big emotions, and it's our job to give them the tools to be able to kind of self-regulate and learn those things, which are just as important as they move on in school as, you know, being able to do all of the academic things that we expect them to do.
I'm really fascinated by the rhyme that you came up with and put on the lips of Gertie, the dog.
Yes.
So how did you say it for us, of course, please, and then tell us how you came up with that.
It's 1, 2, 3, a deep breath for me. 4, 5, 6, blow it out like candlesticks. 7, 8, 9, everything will be fine. And when I get to 10, I do it again.
I love that.
That's a rhyme that my staff and I use with our children when they're having a hard time. And it just kind of incorporates that deep breathing technique that we want children to learn how to do when they get upset. Take a minute and breathe. And they all can kind of relate to blowing it out like candlesticks because of birthdays. So my staff helped me come up with that, and hopefully it takes off.
Well, it would work for anybody at any age, just getting that deep breathing. How are the kids responding to it? What are you seeing?
They really enjoy the story, and they kind of bounce when I do the rhyme, which is why I put it in there. And it is repetitive and throughout the book as well. So as I get to the end of the story, you know, they're kind of saying it with me, which was the point. They really also like that Mac has a safe space that he can go to when he's feeling scared. A lot of them talk about places that they like to go when they are feeling, you know, unsafe. And they also like that he has a special toy to help him calm down. They are, you know, that's very relatable for young children as well.
I, really appreciated it, and I think the whole book is delightful and helpful. How can our viewers get a copy?
It's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and it's also available on my website, which is cannolicobooks.com. And you can also find us on Instagram, CannoliCoBooks.
Thank you, Hillary, so much for sharing the story of your story.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. We'll be back with more local lifestyles after this. Stay with us.